It will not end well. Powell, Buffett and Professor Hanke warn global shockwave. Oil crisis, US debt warning and market fears signal a potential financial turning point.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our YouTube channel, Maz Reporter. What if I told you a global oil crisis, rising US debt, and stock market risks are all happening at the same time and according to top experts? This could be one of the most dangerous economic moments in modern history. This is not fear, this is reality. Let's break it down in the simplest way possible.
The debt warning. Let's start with the United States. The head of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, just gave a serious warning. He said the U.S. is borrowing money much faster than it is growing. Think of it like this. If you earn $50,000 a year, but spend $80,000 every year, eventually you're in trouble. That's exactly what's happening to the U.S. economy. Right now, the national debt is around $39 trillion.
This path is not sustainable. It will not end well if we don't act soon. This doesn't mean collapse tomorrow, but this path risks long-term economic damage without specifying an immediate crisis. Ignoring it could lead to higher interest rates, slower growth, or a loss of the dollar's privileged status and more pressure on future generations.
Current war and oil crisis. Now let's talk about something even more immediate. War and oil. There's a narrow waterway called the Strait of Hormuz, and here's why it matters. About 20% of the world's oil passes through it. Right now, due to the war tensions in the region, this route has been disrupted. That means less oil is moving globally, and when supply drops, prices go up.
We're already seeing oil above $100 per barrel, natural gas prices surging, energy costs rising worldwide. But here's the important part. Energy is not just fuel. It affects everything. Food, fertilizer needs gas, electricity, transportation, manufacturing. So, is the world on the brink of its biggest energy collapse yet? Professor Steve Hanke of Johns Hopkins University just issued a chilling warning. We could be facing the most severe oil crisis in modern history. Right now, a major disruption in the Strait of Hormuz, the world's most critical energy choke point, is sending shockwaves through the global economy. And the numbers? They are terrifying.
Price hike. We aren't just talking about a few extra cents at the pump. European natural gas prices, the TTF benchmark, have already skyrocketed by 75%. Meanwhile, Brent crude has smashed through the $107 per barrel mark. But here's the thing. This isn't just about cars and heating. It's about everything you touch, eat, and use.
The Haber-Bosch domino effect. Most people don't realize that natural gas, specifically methane, is the backbone of modern survival. It's the key ingredient in the Haber-Bosch process, which creates the fertilizer used to feed half the planet's crops. Think about that. If the gas stops flowing, fertilizer prices explode, food production stalls, supply chains for tech and everyday goods snap. In the U.S. alone, natural gas heats nearly half of our homes and generates 40% of our electricity.
The timing literally couldn't be worse. The global economy was already slowing down before this disruption started. We are throwing a massive shock into an already fragile cooling system. And don't expect a quick fix. Even if that choke point reopens tomorrow, supply chains don't just snap back. These shortages and hyperinflated costs are going to linger for months.
Call to action. Professor Hanke's warning is clear. The ripple effect is just beginning. From your grocery bill to your electricity tab, the world is about to get a lot more expensive. What are you doing to prepare for this energy shock?
How it's affecting the world. Let's make this real. If this continues, world will see higher gas prices, expensive groceries, increased electricity bills, slower deliveries, job uncertainty. Even if the crisis ends quickly, supply chains take months to recover, so the effects don't disappear overnight.
Warren Buffett's warning. Now let's look at what one of the smartest investors in history is doing. Warren Buffett. Instead of buying stocks, he's doing the opposite. He's selling and holding a record $370 billion in cash. That's the largest cash reserve ever. Why does that matter? Because Buffett usually invests when things look good. He's holding cash. The cash pile acts as a massive fire extinguisher for opportunities in a potential correction. There's also something called the Buffett indicator. Right now, it shows the stock market is extremely overvalued, even higher than before the 2000 crash.
The hidden problem, inflation. There's another issue most people don't notice, inflation. The Federal Reserve targets about 2% inflation every year. That sounds small, but over time, it adds up. Buffett explains it simply. The 2% rule punishes responsible savers while rewarding debtors. It erodes the value of money held in banks, pensions, or cash, making it harder for ordinary people to build wealth. If your savings don't grow faster than inflation, you are losing money every year. Your money slowly loses value. This affects savings, salaries, retirement funds.
Global shift. Around the world, countries are reacting. Central banks are buying more gold, reducing reliance on US dollars. Why? Because gold holds value during uncertain times. This shows growing caution about the global financial system.
So let's put it all together. Rising U.S. debt, a global oil supply shock, overvalued markets, inflation reducing savings, countries shifting away from the dollar. Individually, these are serious. Together, they create a fragile global economy. Now, this doesn't guarantee a crisis, but it does mean we are at a critical moment. The next few months could shape the future of the global economy.
So, the big question is, what do you think? Are we heading toward a major financial crisis, or just another temporary shock? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Stay informed, stay safe. I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe to our channel, Maz Reporter. Thanks for watching. Peace.